Welcome to the 2.0 Grandma Podcast, a space created by a grandma for grandmas and all about grandmas. Our mission is clear: to empower and support grandmas as they redefine, realign, and redesign their lives.
Welcome to the 2.0 Grandma's Podcast.
Yes.
It is my pleasure to have you on today, and I am Dr. Marsha. I am the host with the mostest, yes, on this podcast.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
This podcast is for grandmas, about grandmas, and by a grandma. And so I like to do things, all things grandma, because no matter what we do or what we do on this podcast, it's all about grandmas, honey.
That's
So
right.
let's jump right in. I have a special guest today, Miss Christina Carter, maybe my cousin, anyway, right? And aka Miss Unique. And so we want to talk about Miss Unique. Who is Miss Unique? What is this body of work that she's doing called the Miss Unique Experience? We want to hear about that. I want our guests to hear about that because I know that people are going to be fascinated by what you're doing. And anything else you want to share with us this afternoon, I want to hear it. Okay. So I
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
couple of questions, but then we'll just jump right into, it's organic. So whatever you say, then it might generate another question in my mind. And so we'll just do it like that. But
Yes,
first,
ma'am.
tell everybody who you are, and then I'll tell them how we got connected, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I am Miss Unique. My married name is Christina Carter, but I've been divorced since May, so I got my maiden name back, so which is Anderson. So I am Christina Anderson. I am a mother of six, a grandmother of five. Two just passed away just the other day. Well, earlier today, and I'm just a lady with a vision. My my mission is to give women a reminder that we are so strong in ourselves and we have the willpower to do what we got to do in life. And so I created a safe haven and a platform because I didn't have a voice. So I've been this young lady since a little girl who always wanted love, who always had love for everybody authentically. You know, if you in the Bible, it's agape love. So that's what I have, and that's who I am. I'm a woman with agape love for everybody.
I love that. I love that. And I have to say, you show it. A lot of people say those things, but they don't really show it, right? Because a lot of people just say, "Oh yeah, I'm a church girl, I'm a church lady," and so this is what we're supposed to do. But authenticity is not there because it's all how you treat people that really
Yeah,
shows
that's
whether
true.
you are a loving person or not. It's not about saying the words. And so,
Right.
from what I know about you, you show that. You've been very nice to me, very respectful. And I've seen you interact with other people through the Fleet DJs network, and the same thing. The same thing. So I really like that about you. And that's what
I
kind of drew
appreciate.
me to you is the fact that you are that way.
I
Right?
appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Because I don't like mean-spirited people. I refuse to be around mean-spirited people. I refuse to be around negative people. That is not my people. That's not my tribe. Okay.
I know that's right.
And you have to know who your tribe is, right? In order to keep the joy in your life. Because people would try to take
Absolutely.
your joy away, honey.
Every time.
Yeah, just because they're miserable, they would try to take your joy away. Because people say to me at work, "Why are you always smiling? You're always so happy." And what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Hello, is that not what we want in life? Joy.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. So, but yeah, but folks, some folks are turned off by that, and I'm turned off by just the opposite. People that act like they don't have any joy. So I
Right.
appreciate you for that. But tell me now, you said grandma of five,
Mhm.
right? Now, when you first, and I always ask this question, when you first became a grandma, how did that sit with you?
Oh, let me tell you. So I found out it was Mother's Day. Um, and
How
we were
appropriate, right?
and we were out celebrating my son's birthday. So, we were eating and everything, and then you know how you have a lot of kids at one time and they always joking and we're just laughing. And
Hmm.
so one of my daughters was like, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and I just laughed it off. I'm like, "I did I just hear what this girl just said." Like I just wasn't sure about that. So, and then the other daughter was like, "Well, if you go take a test, I'll go take a test," and da 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 da. So they had already had the test with them because that's what they was gonna do anyway. So they both went to the bathroom, and one knew she was pregnant already, but the other one didn't want to, go by herself and just tell me that she was pregnant. So the
Uh-huh.
other one had a feeling that the other one was pregnant too. So they both took the test. And then after we got done eating and we came, they was like, "Well, we pregnant." I think I fell out. I don't know what happened. I was like,
You
"No,
don't remember after that, right?
no," because I was still struck by it, and I was like, "Nah." I said, "I'm too young to be a grandma.
Right.
What's wrong with you?" And then the boys is like, "Yeah, Granny, go on sit down. Let me go get your cane. Let me go get your chair." And they were just, I was like, "Look, I'm just now getting outside.
I
My
know
son
that's
just
right.
turned 15, my baby boy, and I'm like, I'm just getting outside, grandma, and I'm just getting outside. Yes,
Right,
ma'am."
right.
So I refuse to accept
I
it.
know that's right. Well,
I
you
re-
say the devil is a lie, right?
I said a whole lot of other choice words. I promise. He is working on me. I'm a
I know,
cursor. I'm a
right?
listen.
Honey,
That was
honey,
my reaction.
girl, I know what you mean. My son, my oldest son, was in college. I think his third year, maybe third year, maybe. And I was like, "You did what?" And I'm
Yeah,
like, "You, I'm too young to be a grand." Wait a minute, wait a minute.
absolutely.
I said, "This baby's gonna have to call me Grand Diva because I'm not gonna be called Grandma."
Them kids, they saw male Dr. Martins, and they
Yes.
they mellow. I think they made fun of me for a long time before the babies even got here. They was practicing. Like, you got to
Right.
get ready for it because they can be like, "Grandma, grandma, grandma, granny, 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 granny." Oh, they was so irritated. I just want to take a vacation, like, real quick. I just want to be away from around everybody.
Ah,
So
honey.
it was hilarious though.
Yeah, I know. It struck me, and I think I was already 50 at the time. So it wasn't like I was, like 30 or 40, but I was still like, wait a minute. I just wasn't ready yet. I wasn't
I'm
ready.
still not ready.
So, yeah, but and I said, oh no, that baby gonna have to call me Grand Diva. Not, but when the baby came and when the baby started calling me and he called me grandma, I was like, yes, honey pie. And that was the love of my life right there, okay?
Yeah,
That was
it
the
hit
love of my
different.
life.
Yeah, they had their babies 3 days apart.
Oh wow.
And so they're basically to me twins. They're
Mm-hmm.
like night and day. And they call
Mm-hmm.
me Gigi. And all I
Mm-hmm.
hear is Gigi, Gigi, Gigi,
Right.
Gigi, like Gigi, like
Now, did you tell them to call you Gigi or did they come up with that on their own?
they heard my boys calling my mom grandma,
Uh-huh.
and then her other baby called her Gigi. And
Uh-huh.
so they started calling me Gigi.
Okay, so they like that. They like the way it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because my grandson, now the youngest one, now we've got seven, and
Mm-hmm.
my youngest one, who's 3, calls me Mama, right? Because he
Mm-hmm.
didn't say the GR yet. And then he calls my husband G Daddy.
Okay.
Right. So that's why I was asking how did he come up with that? And then one of my other grandsons in the middle between the 3-year-old and the 20 something year old, 21, yeah, 21, I think. Anyway,
Okay.
so in between there, right? there's five more in the middle. And so one of those in the middle there, they called one of my grandsons called my husband G Daddy as well. But the rest of them call him Grandpa or Granddaddy or whatever, right? So it's just funny that how kids come up with these names themselves to call me,
Yeah.
right? But I couldn't get Cam to call me G Diva. He would not do it. Grand Diva. I couldn't get him to call me that. So I'm still trying to wait on somebody to call me that, but it's all good. It's all good. But anyway, so yeah, that's funny. And I love these grandma stories. I love about the name because the other thing that's happening right now in the world is that nobody really wants to be called grandma anymore because it
Right.
connotates, this image of this old woman, decrepit woman, boobs hanging down to the floor, walking around in a moo sitting out on the porch knitting or something like that, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
all know that ain't cute.
No, but they was comfortable though, selling them
Comfortable,
peas.
but not cute, right? And so
Yeah,
today's woman, we want to be cute, honey. We don't care what age we are,
I
right?
know that's right.
Right. So that's what it's really all about. And so that's actually how I came up with this whole grandma's thing, is because I was trying to, I'm like, okay, so now, but I'm trying to bring it back. In other words, the word grandma has a lot of value. So I said, okay, let's just call it the 2.0 version. That
I
makes it
like
a little
it.
different. As you say, that hits a little different.
It hits a little different. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I was
Right.
like, you better put some respect on my name, honey.
Exactly. That's
Yes,
exactly
ma'am.
right. So anyway, but that's how I came up with that. Now tell us about your platform and what you do as the unique experience, rather, the podcast and some of the other things you do. Because you're also a music artist. So tell us about all of that. I want to hear everything. I know people want to hear all about that.
Okay. So like I said, when I was younger, I always wanted to find my voice, right? But as I got older, I realized that I'm always ministering to people in some shape or form and sharing my life stories with them. And when I share it with them, it's because of stuff that they're going through that resonates with what I went through. So I was able to share it. And a lot of people are embarrassed, and some people don't want to talk about their life, not because they
Mhm.
don't want to, but because they're scared of the things people would say behind what they tell them, right? So I thought of the unique experience, the place where broken crayon is still color.
I
Um,
love that.
Initially, it's like no matter what we go through in life, we can still be somebody and we can still help somebody else through our struggles and adversities. And I learned that everything that we go through is not for us, it's for somebody else. So
Mm,
as time went, I created this platform and I wanted it to be non-judgmental.
mm-hmm,
So people will have a voice and they can tell their stories. I've been writing this book for a while, but I was like, no, it's not my season to write it because I have to, go through some chapters in my life first before I can properly go through it. So this platform was basically a therapy thing for me.
mm.
And because I had all my kids and I know it's a hard time to travel everywhere with a lot of kids, I was like, well, technology. And I said, won't big homie do it? I call God big homie. I was like, won't big
Mhm.
homie do it? Technology will take you anywhere you want to go with the click of a
Yeah.
button.
Yes.
So I just wanted to be this platform for people to be able to come tell their stories, share their stories. We laugh, we cry, whatever you need to do to feel at peace and free. My platform was that open place for them to do that.
Mm.
But in the midst of that, I had gotten into Fleet DJs and got introduced to the music industry. And I was like, okay, these young people down here, they could sing and stuff, and all the talents are being looked over. They can come
Mm-hmm.
on my platform and they can
Mm.
sing, they can do what they got to do. Even businesses that people never even heard of, they can come on there and
Mm-hmm.
be known. Somebody gonna hear you somewhere, and whatever you say is gonna fit somebody. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all that was, and that's all it is. And I just didn't think it would go as far as it's going. Um, got a lot of work to do. And a lot of people didn't understand my vision. for it, but it's not for them to understand.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to quit so many times, but what if I would have quit during the time I could have saved somebody just by allowing them to tell their story?
Yeah, that is true.
So yeah, that's what that is. And then I just started writing music, which is my therapy of writing,
Mm-hmm.
is to release some of the hurt, the trauma that I've endured in life. A lot of people that's in my shoes, they didn't make it, you know, through half of the stuff that I've made it through. So
Mm-hmm.
I started writing, and they're all life stories, life situations,
Mm-hmm.
abuse, molestation,
Mm-hmm.
homelessness. So I thought I had to go through those journeys, being in sexual, lesbian relationships, all those traumas and all those hurts,
Mm-hmm.
um, is what brought me into writing and helping me helping me with the therapy without going to a counselor, by listening to other people's journey, which made me want to tell my story and allow others to tell it, basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you've given other people, like you said, a voice to share
Mhm.
their things. It's so interesting that you say that because that's what I see my podcast as a way for grandmas. Because again, I think we are the forgotten ones.
Mhm.
In this country, in America, if you're not young, people don't pay you any attention. If you're not blonde, people don't pay you any attention. If you're not a man, then you don't. But women are always the forgotten ones. Older women, definitely, and that's usually where grandmas fall in that category. And mainly most of my grandmas that I work with, engage with, most of them are like 50 plus. Now there's some younger, there's some, 100 plus, but most of them are in that 50 to 70 range, right? And so we are the forgotten ones. We're invisible.
Mhm.
Nobody really pays any attention to us. But there are some women out there that are doing some phenomenal things who just happen to be grandmas. And
Right.
the message is let's not forget that you have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody else. Because you won't be any good for anyone else if you don't take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Really what it's all about. And it's about sharing this and honoring grandmas for the things that they do. And there's a lot of grandmas that are out there that are raising kids the second time around.
Mhm. Yeah,
And to
I'm
me,
one of
that's
them.
crazy because I can't even see myself at this stage in my life doing that. Do I have the energy? No. My 3-year-old grandson was here last week, and honey, that little thing is all over the place. And
Yeah, I had to
trying to keep up
babysit.
is like a full-time job. It really is.
Yeah, it is. You can't keep up with these kids
Yeah, these
nowadays.
kids are saying, I was like, wow, little boy, where you get all this energy from?
They got a different type of energy. This,
Yeah.
this,
Don't
this
they?
man. I was like, hold on, my 1 year old grandbaby. One of them. I kept her last night, and I was burning her mama phone up. Like,
Yeah.
baby, I ain't built for this. No,
Right.
ma'am.
So,
Like she'll run up behind you and go hiding and stuff. I'm like, baby, if I bend down, who gonna help me up? And then nobody else,
right,
me and you.
right,
Like we gotta come to some type of agreement.
right,
So I went, took her in my room, and I closed my door to my room up and the door to my bathroom, and I trapped her in there. But her little short self turned the little thing down and opened the door. I said,
right,
Lord help today. I called her mom. I said, baby, look, my time is up.
right.
Come get your seeds now.
I know.
Uh,
Go get your seat.
no, ma'am, I did this. I can't do it. It's different. No, ma'am.
Yes, these kids smart. Oh my God. Just so smart and know things that I'm like, how do you even know this? And I said to
Right.
him, I said to Elijah, he wanted to go outside with my husband. My husband was out there smoking a cigarette and he goes outside. He doesn't smoke in the house. And so Elijah heard the door. He's like, G Daddy outside. I said, yes. I want to go out there. I said, no. I said, well, at first I said, ask him. He said, no, he can't come out here. And he said, I said, well, why do you want to go there? He said, because I said so. I said, okay. It was funny. Because the 3-year-old now says, because I said so. I was like, what?
I be forgetting sometimes that she won.
Right.
Cause I asked her, what did I ask Money to do for me? I said, Money. Oh, pick the paper up. And she said, mm-mm. I said, I can't been down to get it. And she said, well, I was like, wait. I was like, did you just say? I said, what did you say? She said, well, and had her hand on her little hip. I was like, girl, I will wring you out to dry. Do you hear me? Because she just had to been to forget. They been there before.
Yes, these kids are something else. I'm like, wow. And
Yeah.
said it with such conviction as if to say,
And they meant it.
and meant it. Exactly. I'm like, wow. I can't believe that you're standing up to your grandma right now. I would never have stood up to my mama or grandma. Never as a
Be
kid.
picking your teeth
Never.
up off the floor.
Right. But these kids are,
They will size you up,
they
Dr.
are fun.
Marsha.
These kids are something else. So now, we've been talking about music together, and before we get into that, I love the like you put these things I noticed in the Fleet DJ on Telegram, like these thought-provoking things. I didn't realize that was you when I responded to them earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just responded to them. And I remember saying one day something about, what did I say? Oh my God, you just made my day. And I don't know who I thought you were. I don't even know if I even knew you, but I knew, the name, right? I saw the name
Mm-hmm.
and I responded to it. And I said, wow, that's just what I needed to hear today, or something like that, I said. And then the next time I think we saw each other was on the Miss Pinky, DJ Pinky,
Mm-hmm.
Miss
The Pure
T.
Focus
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, maybe it was in Two Fly, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So, but again, I love the things that you put in there, those motivational moments or whatever, or inspirational moments or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that because people need to hear that.
Yeah,
People
that's
need to
true.
hear that. They really do need to hear that because you never know how someone's day is going. And to see something like that and for it to kind of resonate with you, is a beautiful thing. So I appreciate you for doing those kinds of things because people just sometimes just need to hear, the word in whatever
Confirmation.
format it is. Exactly. That's exactly right. So thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have enjoyed being a part of the Fleet DJs. I was telling a girl, this young lady that is my next guest, about them because she does, what does she call herself? Consumer law. She calls herself a consumer law expert. So she does a lot of advocacy work, helping people with she has a company that does credit repair. And she also helps with what is the other thing she helps with? Like if you got some case or legal something, she's got a team of lawyers because she used to work for a law firm. And so
Oh,
she has all those kinds of things, right? And I said, girl, I need to have you on my podcast because and you need to be a part of Fleet DJs. I said, because there's many members that they are out there. Somebody needs your services. Okay. Somebody needs your
mm-hmm.
services. I don't know who it is, but somebody in that group probably needs.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
A lot of people probably need your service. So I'm trying to encourage her to join as well. But she's not a DJ. So I told her,
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe she could be, I don't know, when she's in North Carolina.
I
But then
think you're
I told her
cutting
there's
out.
the organization, there's models, there's hosts, there's DJs, there's all kinds of folks. I said, and so that is the kind of group, that you want to try to network with. And you can own your own radio station. Now, do you have your own radio station, Miss Unique?
No, ma'am, not yet. They trying to talk me into it. I told them I wasn't ready yet. I'm
Mm-hmm,
still
mm-hmm.
trying to iron some stuff out.
Yeah, I want to do that too, but I want to do it. I want to. So I know you need a program. What do you call them? Program director, somebody like that. And I don't know what to do at this point. So I would have to hire somebody, and that means, even though it only costs $100 to get the station, but still you got to hire somebody to do that on a weekly basis,
Right.
right? And that's where the money comes in. Because I was thinking, oh, $100, that sounds good. But then I forgot, you got to have somebody to manage that thing, girl.
Right.
If you can't manage it yourself, somebody needs to manage it. So, and I know I can't manage it because I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
But
I
I
said I'm
just
okay
feel,
with just sharing my stories,
mhm,
and adding it to everybody's radio stations that asked me to be on them,
mhm,
which I was honored to do it. And the responses that I get, they said that my interviews are authentic, and um I make the artist and the guest so comfortable, and
mhm,
I some reason or shape or form I'm able to dig a little deeper into their life, and they're willing to tell their stories that way. And I just told them it's by the grace of God. Like, you just don't know who you supposed to be helping in this season. So,
mhm, mhm,
and that's what those motivational quotes are for. I had did the gospel division prayer call for a while,
mhm,
and a lot of the fleet wouldn't get on it because they didn't want a lot of people to know what was going on. So they would call me outside of that. I prayed countless times in the middle of the night for a lot of fleet family
mm,
that was so embarrassed to even speak out loud about their life. So
mm,
I've had many, many, many restless nights praying and standing in the gap for a lot of our fleet family
mm,
that goes through things on a day-to-day basis. I can get a phone call and be like, Miss Unique, you gotta pray for me. Please pray for me. I'm going through this and that. And I pray for them and everything.
mm, mhm,
Um, that's just who I am. Um, I'm different.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
So yeah, they just
Yeah.
look at me like, Miss Unique, I didn't know. It's just something about you, just being in your presence, your energy is so authentic. Like, you don't want nothing in return. You just want to see
Mhm,
everybody else make it in life, and that's how I am.
mhm,
It's
mhm.
exactly how I am.
Yeah, and that's like I said, that's a beautiful thing. And you can see that in you and how you interact, like for example, our interactions have been, that way, very authentic and there's a connection, right?
Mhm.
And so if you act that way with me, I'm sure you act that way with everyone else as well.
Everybody,
And that's
enemies
and
and
that's
all.
it. Exactly. That's it too. And that's the other thing. People don't get that, when folks want to be mad at you and act like your enemy and you're still like, "Oh girl, well yeah, I understand, honey. Don't even worry about it." Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
But like this one girl told me, "Don't speak to me." And I said, "Okay, no." I said, "But you know what? That's just who I am. I speak to everybody. It's not just you. I speak to people. That's the way I was brought up. I don't mean any disrespect." That's how
Exactly.
I am, and I'm gonna laugh about it and keep it moving. If you don't want to accept it, take it back. I mean, I don't know what to tell you,
I know that's right.
but I mean, come on, come on. It didn't make any sense. But then, sometimes people that and the devil never makes sense. So that's just who he is, right?
Right.
And that's how that works. So yeah. But
If the devil don't mess with you, that means he already got you.
uh
So,
he don't need to work hard for you.
I get a devil hell every time put my feet on the ground. I'm like, all right, what we got today? Let's go. What we doing? It's like, who you talking to? I said, I'm talking to these devils before I put my feet on the ground. Because I know they coming. I know they
They
coming.
coming, they coming.
Yeah, I know they coming.
Mm, 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 mm,
Yeah.
mm. So how's the song coming? Tell me about that.
So, what I've been doing on the song is I've been getting like some of the sayings like, put some respect on my name,
All right.
Granny Diva, Gigi, trying to use those sayings
Uh-huh.
in the song so we can get a chorus. And then you know
Mm-hmm.
how on some songs they like blurt the names out, little things out.
Mm.
I think it's gonna be a fun song if we get the right beat. It's just
Uh-huh.
to remind people that basically reversing the curse. We not what you think we are,
Right.
but
We
you gonna
different.
respect who you say that we are, type
Mm-hmm.
thing. You gonna put some
Mm-hmm.
respect on our name.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a good song. It's
Now,
gonna
who you
be
think we need to get to produce it to give us the beats?
we got a lot of producers in Fleet too.
Mm-hmm. Anybody though that we can work with that's willing to work with us and not charge us out the yin yang.
I know that's right. Um We could talk to I know Mysterious. She does a few
Oh,
things.
she does beats.
She creates all her stuff that you see, she do that. Anything that you see that come
Uh-huh.
from her, she does that.
Oh, wow.
I have
Okay, I didn't know that.
my other one of the Fleet brothers, DJ LJ Mr. Crump
Yeah, I don't know him.
from
I've heard the
Tennessee.
name. Where is he from?
He from Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's been working with me on some things too. Um, I don't know how P Money operate, but I just interviewed him yesterday,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and he got some dope beats too.
Mm.
We just got to get out there. I just get out there and see. X,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Okay.
I'm in the producer room. Like
Okay.
I think I'm in there, but I know a lot of the guys that can give
Okay.
the right direction to where the eggs.
Okay. Okay. So I've been working on another version, right, with that's talking about grandmas and the chorus part. I think I told you this. We outside,
Yeah,
don't underestimate us, don't overlook us, because we outside, something like that. But in the verses, the different verses, it's talking about how grandmas are fierce and those kinds of things, right?
yeah, it's like
So
that. Mm-hmm.
yeah. And so what I would love to do is have a couple of different versions. What I would love to do is have a couple of different versions of it. When I say version, like we want to have the R&B, we want to have the Southern soul, that
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. So that is the beat, right? The words can be
Okay.
the same, but the beats. Is that what makes the difference? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking too. So yeah, we need to come up with a time when we want to kind of get together and
Let's work on it.
talk it through, work on it. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so we can do that. Right now my schedule probably after mid-November. And my class is in December, mid-December. And then I have like a whole month off from school where I don't have to work.
Okay.
I don't have classes and things. So in that little time frame might be a good time between Christmas and we start back to school maybe January 20th or something like that.
Okay, that's
Get like
perfect.
a whole month off, right? And that might be the perfect time. And by that time, who knows? We may even have some other producers that maybe
Mhm.
we find out about, right?
Yeah. A
Because
little time to play around. Yep.
there's a lot of people coming in and out of Fleet all the time. And so and I'm getting to know more people, especially by being on the national call. I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting to know a lot more people and what they do and that sort of thing. So
Okay.
because everybody is so gifted.
Very.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody is just so gifted
Fleet can
that,
actually be a one-stop shop.
yes,
It's literally everything in there.
exactly. Everything you can get, all your graphic design, your flyers design, you can get, all that. You really can.
Mm-hmm.
Get your name out there, get your podcast out there, and then get some music done. And because you just never know
Right.
what you can create. And this is a network of creatives.
Mm-hmm. Sure will.
It really is. So yeah, so I'm excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. Tell me about the young lady you had on, I think maybe before P Money, the one I listened to. Oh my God. She was
Nakaya.
good. Nakaya. She was good. I
It was
liked
something
her.
about her. I met, I saw when I heard of Nakaya, I think T Quest had did a review on her for Straight Official.
Mm.
And when I read the review, I went to her Instagram page and I immediately followed her and I
How do
reached
I get
out
to
to,
Straight Official? So Straight Official is, I know it's another Fleet mag, right? Like the Fleet
mm-hmm,
magazine. So just
mm-hmm,
put in straightofficial.com or something.
mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm gonna look her up because her songs were beautiful. Her voice, oh my God. And I love that one. I love the first one, then I love that second one, Queen. I can't think of the name
And,
of the first one, but I love
the first one is called Don't Wanna,
yes,
and
yes,
the
yes, I love
second one
it.
is Queen. And it was like a confirmation for me because is domestic violence awareness, and her songs were based on domestic violence. And I said, that's perfect for
Very
her
perfect.
interview to be done during this month.
Yes,
I was
yes,
like,
yes.
okay, big homie is showing out. There he
Yeah.
go again, showing out.
Yeah. That was, I
And
heard you say that. That was incredible. I was like, wow, talk about perfect timing. And
mm,
people need to hear this. And people need to hear. And the other thing that is another confirmation, I think, for me is you're right. People need to hear this. They need to hear it now. They need to always hear it. And grandmas, because a lot of us are from the old school,
mm-hmm.
right? We are of the mindset, don't tell nobody what happened in this house.
What goes in the house, on in the house stays in the house.
Stays in us, like every house is like Las Vegas, okay? Right?
Yep.
And so we don't talk enough about these kinds of things. But guess what? They have happened to, I'd say probably 95% of us,
Mm-hmm.
if not all.
Yep.
And in addition to that, the younger generation now is very open about these kinds of things
Mm-hmm.
and don't have a problem putting their stories out there. And so it would help a grandma. So I really want to have her on the podcast as a guest and to talk about her music as well, but as a guest because I think this is a missing part of who we are, as far as
Mm-hmm.
grandmas. We don't talk about those kinds of things. We keep those things to ourselves. It's very hush hush.
Yeah, I will get her you and her connected.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
a willing vessel. We just connected. Like I get chills even when I was texting her. It was just something about her, and I just like we supposed to be connected for some more stuff that we supposed to do
Mm,
together. And she said she felt the same way too. Like
mm,
we were
mm,
just a connection. We exchanged our numbers. I invited her to my reverse the curse event that I'm putting together here in Clarksdale, Mississippi. It's just a lot of things that we have to get in four corners of the earth, and we have to connect. We got to get out of our own self and out of our comfortability with stuff that we're used to. We got to
hmm.
step outside of the box now.
Yes, yes, yes,
We
yes,
got
yes.
to.
Hmm. That
So
you're
me
right
and her
about
were gonna do
that. You're
some
right about
things.
that. I tell you, it's been, we get so used to doing the same thing over and over and over again that we get used to it. It's like you're just going through the motion,
Mhm.
not even really living.
Right.
You're just going through the motions, right? And that's really no way to live. There's no way to live. You should not have to live like that. And I like that you said that because it's so easy to get into that comfort zone where you don't want to get out. I remember when
Yeah.
I left my job, I was in Williamsburg, Virginia. I left my job and moved to DC. And all my colleagues were like, "Girl, I can't believe you giving up your job and gonna go to. I can't believe you're doing this." I'm like, yeah, sometimes you just need to get out of your comfort zone, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes you just need to. And it
Yep.
changed my life. It gave me a whole new perspective on things that I
Mhm.
could do and the things and you just never know what you could do, what you can do unless you put yourself out there and be in that learning, that vulnerable learning stage and just
Right.
things happen, you know?
Absolutely.
If you would have told me 3 years ago that I would have a podcast, I'm like, girl, please. Right? I would not have thought that, right? Now, I love talking. It's not like that I don't like talking. I love talking. But taking that step to put myself out there was the
Yeah,
thing.
that's a big step.
That's a huge step. Exactly right. And
Mhm.
so a lot of people won't, well, are afraid to do that. But, I'd say the last probably 10 years of my life, I've done things that I've never, ever thought I would do, never thought I would even try to do, but I wanted to do something different
Mhm.
with my life. And so that's why I am where I am and what I'm doing, right now. Because like when I told my husband I was going to join the fleet, he was like, you do why you're not a DJ? What I got to do with anything? And I told him, I said, yeah, I said, but it's a good opportunity. I said, I always love music, right? I said, now that I'm a podcast host, I teased him. I said, yeah, I'm going to the studio. The studio is my a room in my house, by the way.
Mhm.
But right, but it's just like it sounds very like chic.
Yeah.
You going to the studio? right? But again, it's that doing something different, coming out of your comfort zone to be the
Mm-hmm.
person that you're meant to be.
You're right. And it don't matter who don't like it. And
Thank you.
it's like some people will try to make you change your vision to benefit
Yes.
them. And
Yes.
I'm like, I'm so tired of putting. I had to wake up and tell somebody, "Hello, world, I'm here." I had to
Right.
reintroduce myself to myself first. So I'm like, "Hey, girl, how you doing?
Yeah.
This is what we're doing." Because people don't understand your vision because they don't know your story or your
Mm-hmm.
process, right? So they feel like they can just come in and try to critique you on a vision that you didn't that came to you,
Hello.
to
Why
benefit
is
you.
that?
I don't know. I just feel like some people just hang around you because they know anything that you put your hands on is gonna move. And
Mm-hmm.
then sometimes too, I think they just using your gifts and your talents to open up doors that they can't because their heart ain't right. So
Preach,
a
girl,
lot of
preach.
people
Yeah.
don't really want to be around you for you to make it because they already know you're gonna make it. They just want a piece
Mm-hmm.
of the pie.
Right.
They just want to hold the purse. You putting
Mm-hmm.
in the work, they hold the purse. It don't work
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe now we don't have, I call it extra baggage. We got to let go of the baggage
Mm-hmm.
because everybody can't go and do what you're destined to do. They don't have your vision. And then some people have an ulterior motive behind, you know, 9 times out of 10 they done talked about you and put your name under the bus and in the dirt, but they didn't know you was a seed that if it get water right you was gonna come back up. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, it came back up a little quicker than they expected because they the
Mm-hmm.
ones that put your name down there. And then when you still moving and maneuvering the way you supposed to, they're like, "Now I know I didn't talked about this person so bad, but
Right.
now we're in a better space than they are.
Right.
Why? Because we were comfortable with what we had. We weren't trying to be like nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
wasn't Facebook stunting, as these young folks say. We was our authentic selves. We live in
Mm-hmm.
our houses for real. It may see a piece of paper out of place every now and again, but we ain't got to spruce up every time somebody comes. That kind of thing. So a lot of people will prey on your downfall.
Ooh.
And when you don't need them anymore, they feel like you don't need them anymore. They'll stir up a whole bunch of hell. That goes for grandmas, that goes for young folks,
Yes, it
whoever.
does. Yep.
They'll stir it up because so you can keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Because as
Mm-hmm.
long as they don't know what's going on, they're gonna create some things to try to figure out what's going on anyway. So a lot of people just don't know your vision, and some people don't like you being you. They want you to dim your light just to
Yes.
benefit them.
Yes.
That kind of thing. And then we like candles. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I put my life as a candle. I'm always using my candle to light somebody else's fire every time because that's who I am. But then they wonder why my candle's still lit because I'm doing it out of my heart. So
Mm-hmm.
God gonna
Mm-hmm.
take care of his own, right? I'm not out here doing anything illegal. Yeah, my house, I never had to worry about my bills not getting paid, not because I got a good job, but because I give freely. I give people the shirt off my back. And God makes sure that I'm blessed. Or he'll
Mm-hmm.
send some folks to sow seeds into me. And every
Mm-hmm.
time I talk to people, like I'm sowing onto good ground. And I'm like, okay, maybe you see something in me that I don't see, but I thank God for it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just different. I'm different. I'm unique. I'm me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if me being me make you mad, baby, might as well get mad because I'm
I
gonna be
know it because you ain't seen nothing yet.
nothing. I'm broke. I make broke look good. What you mad at me for?
I know that's right.
I just make it look good.
Yeah, I said, don't hate the player, honey, hate the game. Okay.
What you saying? You better talk to my daddy about that. Cause he gonna take care of his own and big homie don't play by me.
Yes, honey. Yes. Just I love your energy. Okay. I love your vibe, girl. Love your vibe. Okay.
Yeah. That's how you gotta be. People be so mad that you don't get mad at them. That's a good way to make people mad. I ain't gotta fight them. I ain't gotta do
Not at
nothing.
all. Not at all. As my mom said, don't even have to lift a finger.
Nothing. Cause they just gonna. You gotta. The people say that God prepares a table
Mm-hmm.
before your enemies, in the presence of your
Yes.
enemies. So you can't block them on Facebook. You can't
Uh-huh.
do none of that because they gotta watch. They
Right.
gotta watch.
They,
If you,
right. That's the word, right? That's
I'm telling you, that's in the
the
book now.
word. Yeah.
You can't get rid of them people. They doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta watch you shine just like they watch you hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna hurt them the most because you was once their friend. What did they do to you to
Mm-hmm.
make you change your friendship with them?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's how it is.
Yeah,
The
honey, I
most
tell you. This has been a preaching moment, okay?
it happened every time. I don't know why. It just be stuck to say it.
It's a
Yeah.
preaching moment, honey.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I tell you. That's crazy because that's exactly what it turned into as a preaching moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It had to be said.
But
Cause just like your
sometimes
podcast, a lot of people didn't understand what your vision was.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And it
mm-hmm,
wasn't for them to understand.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
You just brought a new light. You know how they bring them old, um, what you call them, bell bottom pants.
mm-hmm,
That was out of style. But then
mm-hmm.
around the sun again, they brought it right back,
They
right?
brought it right back,
So
right?
grandmas ain't went nowhere. We
Nope.
just woke up. We
We
just standing. Yeah,
exactly. I say we woke now, okay?
yeah. They better put some respect on our name. I keep telling people. You thought that offend me because you saying, "Oh, you a grandma," and is.
And yes, guess what, baby? And I'm a 2.0 version. How you like me now? Right?
You just wait. After these messages, we'll be right back.
I know.
So
Oh my honey. I tell you, this has been fun as always. This has been fun.
yeah.
My God. Girl. You
Roll the
know,
red carpet out. When you see
there's a
grandmas, roll them out.
within the 2.0, there's a subgroup of grandmas that I call the 2.0 for real version, right? Because we
It's a
don't
for
take
real version.
no mess, right? And we don't
Listen.
care who don't like it. Okay. You
Hmm.
remember the other night, were you on the call with Cujo Goody?
I think I was at work.
What I don't can't remember what night that was. That must have been Monday night. Anyway, me and P Money we co-hosted that one. And his new song is Doing Me. And just doing me. I'm like, honey, that is my song. I said, that is my anthem. Because at this point in my life, that's what I said. I'm just doing me. And I said, but I add my own lyrics to it. And I don't care who don't like it. Okay.
What you say? Who gonna check me?
Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me, boo? And that what Sherelle said. What's her name? What is her name? Sheree?
Who?
One of the housewives. Who gonna check me, boo? She's the
I
one
don't
saying,
remember. I
yeah.
haven't watched it in a while.
That was the old, like the probably the first or second season when she said that to Nene or
I say that all the time. If I said something, I said what I said. And who
uh-huh.
gonna check
Who
me?
gonna check me, boo? I love that when she said that. I'm like, that's right, girl. Who gonna check me, boo? But right, that's exactly how I feel about this, about life right now. I'm doing me and
Yep.
don't care who don't like it. And now and who gonna check me?
Yep. And who gonna check me? Because
And
I
who
said
gonna
what
check
I
me?
said.
Right. Girl, I tell you. Now we gotta add that in there too. Who gonna
Yeah,
check?
I did. Like I'm coming up with all them little sayings.
Okay,
I
okay.
said what I said, and if you know, you know. Yeah. So,
And now we gotta find somebody to do the video because there must be a video.
cause we're gonna be sitting down at that table, like, and who gonna check us? What?
I know,
Said what?
right,
We
right.
outside. Granny is outside.
And
Auntie is outside.
the outside needs to be a day party.
Yes,
The outside needs
absolutely.
to, when we say the outside, we need to flash to a day party. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yeah, I see this thing. I see it, girl. Yes. I'm excited. I'm so excited about this. And thank you, Miss Unique, because I just love your spirit.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
I am so glad that we got together, that we met in Fleet. And I'm
Yes,
so glad that
ma'am.
we got a chance to get to know each other a little better. And
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
looking forward to some things that we're going to do together. So I really appreciate you. I want you to, all jokes aside, all laughs aside, but I want you to know that, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
All right, my sister, my homegirl, my
Yo,
cousin.
tribe.
Right,
I'm
my
part of
tribe.
the tribe.
Yes. So we are signing off of the 2.0 Grandma podcast, where everything is all about grandmas, for grandmas, about grandmas, and by a grandma. So
Yes,
thank you, Miss Uniqueness, for being our guest.
welcome. I'm
I
happy to have
appreciate it.
been.
All right, take care, honey pie.
All right.
All right, bye.
Introducing a remarkable book, a tapestry of stories from atypical grandmas whose lives are a treasure trove of wisdom and inspiration. Stories of inspiration, life lessons, and wisdom from grandmas by Dr. Marsha McLean. This extraordinary book is now available on www.grandmas2.0.com and on Amazon.